Yesterday I got so bored with my strumming patterns. It always sounds the same. So I played my favorite melody, but there was that annoying string noise again. Ah!
That can be pretty annoying, right? Well, once you learn about muting, this won't be a problem for you or Betty anymore. In this video, we'll show you how to avoid unwanted string noise and make your strumming patterns more exciting with two different techniques. And as a bonus, we'll reveal a tip for how to make playing melodies more exciting. I'll guide you along the first steps. Let's start off with muting those unwanted string noises. Listen to this short melody. That didn't sound so great, did it? It's probably because you're hearing some unwanted string noise. You know what I'm talking about. Now listen to the same melody played correctly. That's how it should sound. Now, to learn this, let's say you are playing a tone with your index finger on the 5th fret of the A string. To avoid accidental string noise, you should touch the higher strings with the index finger, but without pressing them down. When you play them, you should only hear a short noise if they are dampened correctly. Great! Now the index finger should also touch the next lower string from the side to mute it. So, if you fret with your index finger correctly at the 5th fret of the A string, there's a final check. When you strum all strings, you only should hear the tone on the A string ringing on. Sounds great. And the good thing is that this technique can also be applied on other strings. So make use of it regularly for damping those unwanted string noises. Now let's move to our palms. Using the palms for muting is common in rock and metal, but it's also a nice change of sound in other genres. On the acoustics, it adds a new flavor to the strumming pattern. On electrics, it can make melodies and solos more interesting. So one thing you should be sure of is that your palm muting isn't sounding like this. Palm muting should sound short and crisp like this. To do so, position the palm near the bridge directly on the strings. If you are too close to the bridge or already feeling the bridge itself, the notes will ring too long. And if you're too far away from the bridge, the notes will have a short noise only, instead of clear notes. Let's try applying these tips to this exercise. Great! Be careful of the pressure applied to this string. Too much and it will sound detuned. This is how you palm mute a power chord. Now this is how you palm mute simple chords. Great, so don't forget, keep your palm near the strings and control the pressure that you apply on them. This will help you achieve short and cool pauses while playing. Let's move on to the next tip. Close your eyes. What does this sound like? It sounds very rhythmic and groovy, doesn't it? That's because the guitar is also used as a percussion instrument. Don't worry, learning this isn't as hard as it sounds. In no time, you'll feel like you're playing two instruments in one. To produce a muted strum, use your picking hand only. Imagine your hand falling down on the strings. Make sure to touch the strings with the palm first. When the hand is falling down, make sure to also hit the strings with the pick, after first having touched them with the palm. You can practice the muted strum without using your fretting hand. If you hear an open string ringing while doing that, you're doing it wrongly. Now that you know the movement, let's try a simple rhythm. In typical drum grooves, the snare is hit on 2 and 4. Thus, for imitating a snare drum, the muted strum is also placed on beats 2 and 4. Let's spice it up by including an upstroke. As a final challenge, you could try to play all eighth notes. See? Now you can already impress your friends by playing two instruments in one. Now let's move on to the last tip of this video, which will make your chord game more diverse. Remember Betty and her problem of always sounding the same? One way to make boring strumming patterns more interesting is to add pauses. It's a simple way to create a change by sometimes playing simple strumming patterns and adding pauses, like this. In addition, it'll also help you avoid string buzzing at the beginning of a pause, which is helpful for playing melodies. Let's start with this example. Try first to, whenever possible, create pauses for chord changes by dampening quickly with the palm of the picking hand, like this. Sometimes some string noise will happen if you hammer your hand too hard on the strings. To avoid that problem, try it out several times to find the best tempo putting your palm on the strings without creating a loud hitting noise. Now let's make the rhythm a little bit more interesting. So now be sure that you are placing and removing your palm at the right tempo. And let's move on to our final challenge, a full chord progression with a learned rhythm. Wow, that was a challenge. If you remember the tips and keep practicing, you'll be sounding much better in no time. Trust me. You've now taken the first steps to use muting in your playing. Say goodbye to unwanted string noises and hello to cool new strumming patterns. If you want to master muting like a pro, check out our app for more tips and exercises. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and thanks for watching. See you next time.